Here's my prompt. You are the best writer and storyteller in the world. Please write a short story about the day in the life of a sentient toaster. Use deep POV, this point of view, to immerse the reader in the story. And let's see what we get. The warmth seeps into my metal bones as I hum to life. That's pretty good. Morning light creeps through the kitchen window, casting a golden glow on the countertops. I stretch my cord, feeling the gentle tug of the outlet's grasp. Another day, another chance to bring warmth and nourishment to those who rely on me. As the first slice of bread is inserted into my slots, that's somewhat disturbing. I feel a thrill of anticipation. The gentle press of the lever, the soft click as it locks into place. It's a sensation I've grown to love over the years. The bread, a hearty whole wheat, is perfectly aligned, and I can sense its moisture content, just slightly above average. And it goes through the whole day in the life of the sentient toaster. Okay, now I'm going to ask Meta AI if it can write a fan fiction crossover between Harry Potter and The Office, because I think that would be hilarious. And here we have the Dark Lord of Scranton. The Hogwarts Express chugged into Hogsmeade Station, its steam engine coughing out a fog that rivaled the incompetence of Dunder Mifflin Scranton's regional manager, Michael Scott. As the students disembarked, one peculiar figure stood out, Dwight Schrute, assistant to the regional manager, sporting a bespoke suit and a bewildered expression. Sounds about right. Expelliarmus, shouted Professor McGonagall, conjuring a wand that Dwight promptly disarmed her of. I'm the assistant to the regional manager, Dwight declared, his beet red face a testament to his indignation. No one disarms me. Meanwhile, Harry Potter, Ron Weasley, and Hermione Granger were busy trying to navigate the Hogwarts grounds while avoiding the clutches of their new Defense Against the Dark's arts teacher, none other than Jim Halpert. Okay, kids, today we're going to learn how to defend ourselves against the Dark Lord of boredom, Jim drawled, leaning against his desk. You know, the kind that'll put you to sleep faster than a batch of drought of living death. As the lesson progressed, Dwight wandered into the classroom, his eyes fixed on the world's best assistant to the regional manager mug on his desk. What's the meaning of this? McGonagall demanded, eyeing Dwight's bizarre attire. You're not even a student here. I've come to observe, Dwight announced. I'm writing a report on the most efficient methods of dark magic suppression in the wizarding world. Perhaps I can share some of my beet farming expertise. Okay, so this is pretty funny. It's got all the people here, the main characters. It's a good crossover. I'm not saying this is any better, really, than what ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude could do, much less any other AI, but it's fun. Now let's write a choose-your-own-adventure story, in this case for adults who want to be kids again, and I want Meta AI to make it about a brand new cell phone that the characters find with magical and mysterious apps. So already we have the story premise. You're a grown adult who's lost touch with your inner child. One day, while exploring your attic, you stumble upon your old mysterious cell phone that seems to have appeared out of nowhere. As you power it on, you discover it has a range of magical and mysterious apps. Okay, that's cool. So we have the story outline. Chapter 1, discovery. We have a choose your own adventure. Chapter 2 through 5, depending on your choices, multiple endings. Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good outline. Again, my guess is that any other AI tool could do something very similar, but this isn't bad. Let's see if Meta AI can write a query letter. I've written a couple books on this, done a lot of study on it, and my guess is it can do a pretty good job, just like most other AI tools. And I give it a very simple prompt for a query letter without much information, probably the better instructions. Typically, with all of these AIs, you'll get better response. But we have this query letter, the title, the genre, the log line. When a free-spirited artist discovers her wealthy businessman boyfriend is secretly broke, she must confront her own prejudice and decide whether their love is worth fighting for. Here's the book synopsis and the twist, themes, tone, comparables. This is a different style of a query letter, but it would probably work. Meet Lily, a successful artist who has always prided herself on financial independence. She's never had to rely on anyone else to support her, and she's grown accustomed to her carefree lifestyle. Enter Max, the charming and handsome entrepreneur who sweeps her off her feet, or so she thinks. He's deeply in debt and been living a lie of luxury. Okay, so this is interesting. It's definitely an opposites attract trope, flips it on its head. We have some comparables. Why this book matters. The provider. Interesting. Yeah, this isn't bad. Now let's see if Meta AI can actually write some code that has something to do with authors and writing. So I asked for a expert coder and programmer, and I asked Meta AI to please write a video game code snippet called Jumping Author for a 2D platformer. Description would be writes a simple JavaScript code for a character's jumping author in a 2D platformer. The author character has to jump over literary agents, angry readers, book tables, and bad contracts. So here we have some JavaScript, and we're going to test this out to see if this actually works. Okay, it took me a second to fix the code. What I had to do is ask for the complete code because it just gave me partial of it up here. And then I got the complete code after I just simply asked for the complete code and to make it simple. Then I went to JSPad, another platform, and I put in the HTML here, the JS there. You can see the game's already playing over here. And as you can see, it's also a very simple game. You just hit the space bar usually to jump. I've never been able to get over this red block, so I'm not sure it's actually possible to do that. Let's try again, and let's go sooner. I'm not sure it's actually possible to get over this block, but you can see that the code works, and we just need to tweak it to make it a lot better of a code so it's not just 2 square blocks. But the cool thing is it works. So yes, Meta AI can code. Yes, Meta AI can write. But is it any better than any of the other AI tools? I don't think so. But it is something interesting to test out and to try. I will say that you can talk with Meta AI here. There's a couple, let me go to new conversation. So you can create an image, you can, let me delete that. You can talk and use voice commands. Another thing that I've realized about Meta AI is, and I haven't found this setting actually, but apparently there's a setting that either makes what you write and post public or private. If you go to Meta AI, and you can see actually a lot of other things that people have made and probably some of the prompts that they've used and things that they've been doing on Meta AI that they may or may not know is actually public. So I would be careful with using this tool, not because I think it's necessarily unsafe, but because the settings, there's something you have to change in the settings to make sure that what you're doing with Meta AI is actually just private to you, between you and Meta anyway. It seems like that should be by default. Also, other AI tools, it is private by default, at least private between you and the company, the AI that you're using, like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, etc. So just keep that in mind. It seems like it's a good writer, good enough to test around with for writing stories, outlines, just having fun, and doing a little coding as well. Thanks for checking out this video. I'll see you in the next one.